Have you ever wondered if those Zillow Zestimates, those home values, are actually accurate? Well, in this episode, I'm going to tackle that question. Welcome everyone to this episode of the AskJasonGelios Show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor, coming to you in this gloomy Michigan day. It's like really dark out, actually. Kind of crazy, but I wanted to do this episode here. It's been such a crazy week, so I wanted to just go ahead and record and tackle this question about whether or not those Zillow Zestimates, right, the home values that you see on Zillow's website, if they're actually accurate and how truthful they are and what they're based off of. So I'm going to tackle this question. However, if you could do me a solid though, whether you're new to the show, which by the way, welcome, and if you're a loyal fan of the show, thank you. But if you can go ahead and follow me on social media, those links are in the description below. And if you could do me a favor and visit my website, it's allabouttherealestate.com. There's a pop-up that you can fill out where you can receive my weekly email where I share new episodes as well as some past episodes every week. So I really appreciate if you go ahead and head over to those sites and then come back to the video, of course. Now, with that said, okay, Zillow has a saying, they call it Zestimate, right? Many of you, actually probably most people are aware of it. You've plugged in your home address or your neighbor's home address or your family member's home address. And you have actually looked at, wow, how much their home appears to be worth. And so I want to share with you a little bit about it before we dive into some of the points that I put together here for you. Now, first off, Zillow is not 100% accurate. I have seen homes where they were hundreds of thousands of dollars off. I've seen small homes that were in the 2 to 240 range, 250 range, and Zillow was stating that they were worth $500,000. So you gotta be careful what you're looking at and kind of think, okay, especially if you're familiar with the home in the area, does this make sense? Now I want to share with you some points here. Now, Zillow works off of an algorithm that changes anytime the data is actually changed. So it refreshes every day. Now, one of the problems that I've seen with this is that I've had home buyers go on Zillow just to do a general home search, and they'll say, what do you think about this address? Can we go see it? And I'm like, well, it's already pending or it's already sold. And that's because it was actually status that way and it hasn't refreshed for the next day, the following day. So it's not 100% accurate for home buyers. I can tell you that from personal experience. Now, a Zestimate that I mentioned, right, Zillow's home estimation tool, home value estimation tool, takes into account tax assessments, prior sales, if the home's on the market currently, the listing price, how long it's been available. There are other factors that it plays. It's not just a gimmick, right? It's just something that's out there. When it first came out, right, the founders threw that out there as a Hail Mary. That's their words, actually, as kind of a novelty. And then it has gotten a little bit better over the years. Of course, I have to give them credit for that. Now, Zillow claims that its Zestimate or home values are within 10% of the home's value. So again, within 10% of the value, and that's what they state. I don't know how you really prove that. Zillow doesn't go out to the home. They don't know if there's 100 cats living in the home, which would decrease the value, believe it or not. They don't go through the home and make sure that the square footage is accurate, things like that. So they go off of public records, like I mentioned, and so they're really relying on third-party sources. Now, my bottom line with this is you should never make a solid real estate decision solely on what Zillow does, what the Zestimate value is. You should never decide, okay, I'm gonna put my home on the market for $400,000 because Zillow says it's worth $400,000. You should never do that. You should always have a professional, like a real estate agent or an actual appraiser come out and tour the home, make sure that everything's accurate. Because I have known some cases in my everyday dealings where, the square footage was slightly off on Zillow compared to real life. And even the public record was somewhat off from the actual square footage of the home. And so therefore the homeowner or the appraiser has to go and let the city, township, village, whatever it is, know that, hey, your square footage is a little bit off, okay, which could open up a whole other can of worms. Now, if you have multiple appraisers come out on the same day, right, back to back, they will all provide different values. They'll be close, but they'll all provide different values because a home's value is, quite honestly, someone's opinion. Yes, you can look at the data, you can look at all these things, prior sales in the area, what's sold, what's pending, what's on the market right now, but ultimately it's, a home is worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. I can share with you a personal experience where there was a ranch home in my own subdivision, and because of the hyperactive market last year, which was 2021, I had to think for a minute actually, it sold for well over $400,000. So that's what the market felt it was worth, and that was because several buyers came and offered well over asking, okay? So again, don't ever make a solid real estate decision solely based on what Zillow says. It's a cute tool. It's something, gives you an estimate. But quite honestly, it's not something that is 100% accurate. I'd be shocked, and this part's my opinion, I'd be shocked if it was within the 10% of the home value like Zillow states. So not hating on Zillow, I just think it's not 100% accurate, especially when you're looking to buy homes and you're doing a home search. Sometimes it's outdated data. So just, this is part my opinion, part fact. So I really appreciate this question about whether or not Zillow's Zestimate is accurate. Share your thoughts. Is your Zestimate accurate? Have you pulled up your address on their site or other websites that offer this service? Have you done that? Was it way off? Was the square footage off? The amount of bedrooms off? Was it just a total train wreck? Is your house worth $500,000 when it's worth 200 or vice versa? Okay, share your thoughts in the comments. I really appreciate you watching this episode. Again, visit my website, it's allabouttherealestate.com, and hit me up on social media. Those links are in the description below. And if you found this episode valuable or any other episode that you have watched, please share this with a friend, family member, even an enemy. Send it to them. I appreciate it. Again, I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor.